I have been, let's see, what's the date? Today is the 11th. So 2 weeks ago was, I think I had a craft fair 2 weeks ago. So I have still been crafting here and there since then, but like I kind of took a little bit of a break. But I kept on thinking, oh, next time I craft, I'll do it on a live. But I just haven't been wanting to because I've just been like going, going, going. So I have a couple of projects. These are my projects. I have an art piece that I have to do for Memorial Day weekend. So I have a deadline for that, and so I'm slowly working on that. I'm making some mushrooms, so that I'll probably do that soon. I started that by like taking some pages out of a book. I put the book away, so it's not easily reachable right now. But um, so what I when I use books, I take out the pages that I want to use for other projects, and then I have the pages left in the book that to use. Um, Also, I am making a baby book for a new baby that I just met, a newborn, I guess she's like 2 weeks old now. Gosh, it's time's flying already. Um, so that is another thing that I'm working on, and I have to like I've been gathering some pages for that, and I'm doing a cross stitch. So that's taking up a lot of my time, that cross stitch actually, because I don't know how to cross stitch. I'm teaching myself how to do it as I'm going. So it's always longer when you don't know how to do something. And then I have a craft fair coming up in July. And so I have to make things, keep on making journals for that. So I have the craft fair journals, which is like fairy journals and stuff. I have the art piece, I have the baby book. And instead of doing any of that today, I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll organize my letters. so sometime last year I started this project where I was cutting a bunch of letters out of magazines, and then I was putting it in this thing that came from Simply Gilded. So I put all my letters and organized it this way. But then, which is fine, you know, but this, and I like how it's clear. You can see the letters that come out, but I realized that this doesn't work for me. It's just like, I don't want to like go in and like look at all the S's and be like, oh, I want that S, and then have to like reach in and get all the S's out. So instead, what I want to do is take a book that I wouldn't mind sitting on my shelf. So I got this one called Bad Magic, and it has like this cool um, design on the cover. And I'm just gonna start pasting the letters in here. So I'll start with A, and then we'll keep going. So the book that I'm making, and I don't think she watches my. Whoop. I'm just gonna flip this around. Yeah, I don't think the parents of the baby that I'm making the baby book for are gonna watch this live. So I think it's safe for me to say what the book is gonna be. So her name's Astrid, and I was gonna make a book called A is For, and then, or like it's called both, or no, actually, not both. Sorry, I thought you said Indian. But no, I'm Filipino and Indian. But I read that too fast, so I thought you were asking both. Alright, so I was thinking that instead of keeping it in here, I'll take all these A's out and just start pasting them in. And then whenever I need an A, hi Pro, how are you doing? Then I can just flip to this book and get an A out. And then, you know, if you want to make like a ransom note, you can make a ransom note. Or sometimes if you're making a baby book and you need a lot of A's, you can have them together like this. I'm just going to start pasting it in. Because I realize that some things that work really well in theory do not work well in actuality or in practice. And I'll especially be putting them in around the edges, so if I need to go in and like rip the page, then I can go in and rip the page. And these are books that I've already taken some pages out of for my other journal, so I don't mind covering up the words. It's definitely not a book that is going to be read. So like I'll just put it around the edges, and then as I rip pages or rip the letters out, I can probably move in a little bit. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. So I just cut a bunch of A's out. Yeah, so the thing that I am doing the cross stitch of is a cross stitch A, and it's a fancy A. I might get it later. To show. So then I thought, oh, I'll just probably make a whole page of A's. So I can do a bunch of A's that I have cut out. I can also just do a bunch of calligraphy A's. And I think that would be a fun book. I'm thinking about making a whole series of them. All of the letters. Or, you know, all of the letters in the English alphabet at least. But I was thinking of doing like some regular ones, like A is for apple, A is for like alpaca, and A is for ants, and but then I just thought whatever I could find. A is for aphid, A is for anti-disestablishmentarianism, A is for Ada Lovelace, things like that. Alright, so then I'm just gonna paste it just on the front, because if I put it on the back, then I won't be able to tear it out. So then I'll just do the same thing with these. So I did, my husband took his road test today. Not today, sorry. This week. And I went to Michael's because the road test is near Michael's. And I got this, which is on clearance. It is a stencil. So I haven't tried that out yet, but it has all those 3 stencils in it. So I'm excited to try those out. And I also got 2 books of paper. When I get to a good stopping point, I will show you the paper. So I've been finding that as much as I love cardstock stacks, paper packs, um, I use them less than I use the GSM 90, the 90 GSM paper. So let's see, it's Recollections. They have a bunch of paper pads that are the 180 and GSM, and that GSM means the thickness of the paper, and it's like weightier cardstock. I have it all here, so I can just show an example of it, but let me get to a good stopping point, like I said. Okay, so these are the 2 paper pads that I got. This first one is Academia. And so you can see here, you get so much more. You get 3 sheets of 60 designs, so you get 100 pages, 180 sheets of this paper. And it's kind of like, it's definitely thicker-ish than printer paper. Definitely thicker than loose leaf. And, sorry, I'm like hitting the camera. So let's flip through this a little bit slower so you can see the pages better. But then let me show you what a piece of cardstock is like. So here's a Christmas cardstock. Now, I don't have a page, like a whole book that has the cover because I use them frequently. So I don't have one at the ready that has like the full. But even the ones that are 12 by 12, they usually come in like, sometimes it's like 24 or 48 sheets and that's it. And that's all you get. And, oops, sorry, I keep on hitting you. So it's much thicker, this higher GSM. Oftentimes, the designs on them are way better than the designs on the lesser GSM, and I don't like that. So here's that Christmas one. Lots of cool papers. Because I want just as cool papers, but on the lower GSM. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But let's look together through this Academia paper block. So we got some plaids, some like tan plaids. Then like I love everything with books, any kind of book, anything. So I make books and books of books. I don't know, there's something about it. Then there's this one with leather or pleather, and it has this little embossing on it. This is one of those like washi pages. It has like little clips of a bunch of different, so you can see like that book page and that plaid, and like this is like the leather. And we'll probably see like some other of these little washi strips coming up. Here's a map. Here's some books on a shelf. More books. And here's another plaid. So, like, I really love the different plaids. Now, this is not really my aesthetic exactly. I like the darker plaids and everything, and I love the books. But I thought this might really be nice for, like, I have this idea to make some, like, um, what's the word? Guest books for, like, Airbnbs. And I think something like this might be, like, a very specific kind of, it's not really cottagecore, but it's, like, cottagecore adjacent. This one's great. It has, like, a bunch of different, like, photographs of, like, statues and globes, a typewriter, some more books, some ink, and a quill. And here's that, like, geometry stuff. Just another design. Here's, like, a fancy old door. Another plaid. There's lots of plaid in here, which I do really like plaid. And then also, plaid is also really good for, like, any wintry, Christmassy themes. So that's nice. This is just some stacks in a library. Just some different designs here. Some wrinkly paper. These are some different tags. Same idea though, like the themes, like the plaids and the paper and the books and the leather, the embossed leather, that geometry stuff. Like it goes through a lot of the pages. So more plaid, more books. I'm gonna start going a little faster. Here's just some stained paper. This is like stadium in a library. Here's leaves, which is not really similar, but I think it gives the idea of like a lot of like Ivy League schools are in the deciduous forest. So I don't know. Is that part of it? And like school usually starts in the fall. I don't know. Here's some sweaters. So maybe that's why there's plaid also, because it's like a flannel. I don't know what this is, like um like Roman, Greek leaf things. I don't know. Another plaid, another one of those leaves, another plaid. This has all the colors. Another sweater, and then just red. So you see, like, a lot of the stuff that's really interesting is packed towards the front, and then it starts to get a little bit less interesting as you flip farther through the book. Then library cards. I love this. This all would be great for the inside cover of a journal or any kind of book. Another sweater. More book things. Those would be good little journaling cards. This is like tweed. And then this is just kind of like brown textured paper. So a lot of papers are just like a kind of, they have a texture on it and then it's just a different color. Card catalog, that's a nice one. And see how this is just the same texture, but now it's green. So I'm not saying they cut corners, but they don't put as much work into like the design of the pages as they do in the cardstock ones. This is a chalkboard that's been erased. More leaves. So I think this is like exactly the same except for the background color is different. This is just like a kind of a textured, like heathered almost camel. Oh, I love this one. This is like looking up into an old building, like turret or something. Not really a turret. This is just a design. Another like florally design, another florally design, and another design. Here's some more paper, some more plaid, some more plaid. And this is the library card, like the due date card that goes in the back. I love that. Another like textured paper, another florally design, another plaid. And I love these. Like, I will definitely use these. Microscope, not bad. This is cute, these like floating books. And then some more paper pages. Like I love this is my aesthetic of my workspace. Like this is what my workspace looks like most of the time. Just a bunch of pages of like book pages ripped out and thrown around. And so I really like that. It's like if I make journals for journal makers, like this is definitely a book that I'll turn to. Some more floating books. But also it'll be really nice to have as like a book for when you keep track of all the books that you read, like all the books that you might read in a year or something. Just some, oop. This is some chalk stuff, chalkboard stuff, another plaid, and then this is that like floral, gosh, I keep on, it's like on the tip of my brain. Laurel. The laurel for this is a repeated pattern in this as well. So now this one, very similar. Sea glass. Or not similar, but it's like everything's the same about this one, but it's like it's 180 sheets, it's 90 GSM. It's 3 sheets per every 60 designs. But this one's a little bit different. It's a little bit brighter. The colors are nicer. But you'll see in this one, there's a lot more repeated patterns. So we'll go through this one quick too. So sea glass, sea shells, sea stuff. So I live by the beach. And I like to make like same thing, same idea, like get Airbnb guest book things, or like if you want to just write about your time at the beach and keep a little traveler's journal about it. Like I want to make more of those, so I thought this was a great book to get. So this is just a design and another design. And we're in the pink section here. So there's a bunch of different pink designs, then a nice like multicolored seashell, and then pink stripes, pink like sea foamy kind of texture, and then pink flowery kind of thing. But this is like not pink, it's like a dusty rose, and then like the water illusion here in pink. And then here you can see that there's lots of different colors coming up. A little saltwater therapy is all I need. High tides and positive vibes. Let's see. Time is better spent at the beach. So, like, those kind of ideas, definitely things that people like to hear around here. Then pink watercolor swatches. That's really nice. Then this, like, kind of scallopy pattern. Actual scallops. Not actual scallops, but, like, the representation of scallops. Let's see. Seashells on that dusty pink, and then like a kind of swirly pattern of all the colors, and then we get to the yellow. So then the yellow and the peach like kind of morph together, and they have this, and then we have yellow stripes, and and green flowers, and then like so a lot of these patterns exactly the same are just repeated but in green. So like there's that water illusion, there's those flowers, and green / green blue. And like here are those stripes and those scallops. And then this one might be a little bit different, but not really. But that's not bad for me. But I would definitely understand if this is a book that you were thinking about, but you're like, if you would be sad that all the pages are basically the same, then stay away from this one. So like here's another water one, but it's different. But you see like once you get past that one, there's like the scallop pattern, the water illusion, the actual scallops, paint swatches, that star pattern, the flower pattern, this tiley pattern. And then here's another picture of the beach, which is beautiful. And then that, like, these are all repeat it again. But then you have your cut aparts. You'll find me where my toes touch the sea, sunny days make the most amazing memories, and then write it down and don't forget just some little places to journal or to plan, make lists and stuff. And then another beach picture, seize the day, and then we're back to the same like watery patterns. Well, this one might be different, but we're back to the same like stripes, watercolory, seafoamy stripes again, that water illusion, another kind of swirly pattern. So there's a lot of repetition in this, which can be definitely good, especially I might make a rainbowy type, like rainbow, oops, sorry. Rainbow water, rainbow sea glass type, like flip through journal. Like sometimes people like just having the idea of it, and sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of repetition sometimes too. So that's for that. And let's go back to gluing some A's. But yeah. Oh, one more thing I got. This I actually got from Amazon. But it's this gold glue gun wax sealing sticks. So it's kind of like a crayon, but it's a little bit more like glue than a crayon. And you use it for your wax seals. So if you put it through a glue gun, then you can melt it more easily than getting like that contraption where you put like the tea light and you melt the wax in the, like that little spoon. You can skip all that and just put your glue through the glue gun, or the wax through the glue gun. So I just got a bunch of those wax sticks. And then this fits right into the glue gun and you can just push it through. And the glue gun will do the work for you. So that's a fun little haul. Oh, before I show the A's, before I start gluing A's again, or actually let me glue some A's again and then I'll talk a little more about the book that I'm making. So I just need a couple more A's for this page. And these A's, or these A's, all these letters are from just some magazines. I don't know about where you are, but where I am, there's always these free magazines that nobody ever asks for, but they give it to you and they like leave it at your on your driveway. Like nobody ever ordered this, but it's for free. They just leave it on everyone's driveway. So I usually use that. I flip through, get some letters from that, and then that's where I get like that's where all these pink and black A's came from. So yeah, I think this is a lot better for me than having to flip through the like little picture photo book thing. 'Cause I thought putting stickers in would work for me. That's actually what I asked for my birthday last year, is for people to get me some like ways to organize all my stickers, and I thought that that would be perfect, but it just is not working out for me. So I think this will work out a lot more easy for me to get a letter if I need a letter, because I just found myself just completely not using any of these letters after I organized them all. I just kind of left them there. So now this might encourage me, and it'll be sitting on my shelf, so I'll be seeing it more and being reminded of it. So yeah, just like that. I do still have more A's to go, but I think I'm gonna just stop there for now. I just wanted to show this on a live because I know it's one of the weird things that I've been doing. But I can show you some of the A-themed paper that I got. So like the Art of Adventure, that's one. At least I could put A is for adventure or A is for art. I'm using it to kind of hold everything together. So I haven't cut it up yet, but I definitely will. I got some A pages from the dictionary. So A is for alpaca. There's a picture of an alpaca there. A is for asymptote. I got this picture of a tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is. So, like, it's not a real tree, obviously. It's a drawing. So, I was thinking, like, A is for Arbor Day. I could put there. A is for archery. This one with the moonlight, I thought A is for ambiance. This just had an A word on it, actors, and it hasn't that A there. A is for angry. An angry dog. What's this one? Oh, I thought maybe those were alpacas. So maybe I'll put this by the dictionary page. And then, well, this was not an A. This was just a cool design that I liked from the book. And then I just got, these are like gonna be the base pages. So those don't have A's on them. But then I got this one. A is for armor. This is like a little game piece. So something that you can do is you can put a Velcro piece on the back and like put it on something, or you can put a magnet on it. It can like magnet something down inside of a book. So I love doing stuff like that. Let's see. Some of these are just gonna be pages. So let's see. A is for aloha. A is for autumnal equinox, or autumn equinox, it says. A is for antlions. A is for aphid midges. A is for assassin bugs. So, like, those are just the fun things that I was looking through. A is for animals. A is for Aboriginal Australians. A is for archaeology. So, like, this is a book for an infant. But this infant has 4 older siblings that might really enjoy looking at this book. And also, as this infant grows, and they can like read the little passages in the book, and it could be fun. So atmosphere and atoms and molecules, Aztecs and Austria, Atlantic Ocean, Argentina. Very important. This kid, I think, is Argentinian. So very important. A is for architecture. A is for animal senses. A is for abolitionist. A is for aubergine. A is for asparagus. That's a picture of asparagus. A is for angelica. A is for... Wait, what is this? That's the angelica. And A is for... That's the aubergine. A is for alkanite. I don't even know that one. A is for alfalfa. A is for arnica, A is for anise, A is for American ginseng, aloe, alder buckthorn, agrimony, alpaca again. Like, there cannot be enough alpacas in this thing. A is for, what's this, albacore. This is Alabama, Alaska. Those are in there. Let's see. Oh, this is the Animal Kingdom. Arc Lamp, Australia. And what's this? The Azores. And then A is for the alligator and the jackal. So I have this whole book, this whole story with the alligator in there that I can put in. So I will definitely come back and do a flip through of this baby book that I make. And that will probably not be alive. It'll be a full video on my channel. So if you want to, if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe. I'm going to finish up here now, and I will call it a day. But thank you so much for watching. I had fun flipping through all my papers. And I will see you tomorrow, because tomorrow is the full moon. So I will be doing a full moon oracle card reading tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Or don't stay tuned. Come back for that. Thank you so much for watching. And oh, if you're just hopping in, just give it a few minutes and you can watch it on the replay. I did some. Oh, I never told the story. One more story. Let me flip to a better set of A's. One more story. And that is one time I was, not one time, but like I was an optometrist for several years. And my favorite thing was to see the kids, the little kids, their first eye exam ever. And uh, I just loved like talking to them, and it was just so much fun for me, and it was just really helpful. And you can really see like how their attitudes changed if they went from like not being able to see to being able to see, especially at school. And then like you see behavior changes and personality changes because they're treated differently and they treat other people differently. But anyway, that's not the story. That's just an aside. But the story was I had an electronic, like instead of like that projector, I had like an electronic projector that had the eye chart on it. And one girl was like, "Why do you have a TV in here?" And I said, "Well, where else am I going to put all my letters?" And like she thought that was the funniest thing ever. So so that is what I thought about when I was doing this. Like, where am I going to put all my letters? And I'm going to put it in this book called Bad Magic, and I'll keep that book on my shelf. So I hope that's a good idea. Oh, hi, Christopher Bell. I'm just about to get off of the live. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to see the... Oh, it's pizza time. So if you want to see this, please just give it a few minutes and then you can watch it on the replay. If you want to see a full moon reading tomorrow, then subscribe. And if you want to see how the A is for baby book, the letter baby book comes out, subscribe for that too. It should be coming up soon. Thank you so much. Bye.